Talking about Omar Speights, who we talked about yesterday at the end of the show, Jake. Badass middle linebacker from Oregon State is now official. He is taking his talents to Baton Rouge. 4-year starter, captain of the team, or 3-year starter, captain of the team, first team All Pac-12. RJ Arsenault, though, says, LOL, first team All Pac-12 really isn't saying much.
Oh, it is. It very much is. You're talking about a league that had multiple teams with 10 wins. You're talking about a much improved league. Don't let that narrative become how you think. Like, I'm trying to look it up. If I had my computer, I could do it a little bit quicker.
Okay, my bad, dude. I left my computer. Look at that passive-aggressive BS, Danny. Do you see that?
So Washington 11 wins. Utah 10 wins. USC 11 wins. Oregon 10 wins. Oregon State 10 wins. UCLA 9-4, finished 21st in the country.
Let's go.
So yeah,
Pac-12 popping.
Pac-12 the Pac-12 didn't get in playoffs because they cannibalized themselves.
Like they always do.
Like the Pac-12 was a really good league, and I've never said that before. I got no ties to the Pac-12. It's just me watching film and seeing that it's a better conference. I said it yesterday before Speights news even became official. This is a player that as soon as he went into the portal, I was wishing that LSU could talk to him. Because I remember watching him on tape and thinking.
Yeah, before you even knew he was on the radar, right?
I mean, played at Oregon State. He's from Philly. I'm like, what ties does he have
to
LSU? Probably none. So the fact that they got him is massive.
I mean, he's an immediate starter. Like, that is the goal of the transfer
right in the
portal.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
and remember, like, you needed a backer so you could be creative with Harold Perkins. Like, so you could continue moving him around, doing whatever you wanted with him. So this is the biggest player that LSU's gotten out of the portal this year. Make no mistake about it. Like, go watch any tape of him. I mean, he is a dog. Like, he's somebody that is fit. Oregon State as a team, if you don't know anything about him, if the last time that you watched Oregon State was when Ocho Cinco was playing receiver, this guy and this team, physical. I mean, that's why USC struggled with him.
Last time I watched was Steven Jackson, but continue. He was a dog.
He was, but
I guess when the Rogers brothers were there, Oregon State had a little life as well.
Okay, there you go.
Jaquiz and company.
That was after
look, last year they were good. They were really good last year.
Oh, a 10-win team. They beat the mess out of Florida in a bowl game. Basically made Florida quit. So this is a big one. This is one that you needed. You had to have him. It was a position of need, and instead of going to find somebody that you hope works out, you went and got somebody that you know will work out. I mean, he's going to be, like you mentioned, he's going to be day one starter. So this feels like a big one. And now it's like, okay, what's next? Because you've done a great job of filling your DB room back because you had some real needs there. I probably would want to add at least one more middle linebacker. Like this is a big one. But also, like, I think you need another piece because
both Weeks brothers play middle linebacker, including the new freshman?
Yes.
West and Witt, right? Okay. That'd be tight if they were both on the field at the same time.
They probably will be at some point.
Weeks.
Yeah.
Just like predator handshake.
And I'm not saying you go get somebody like with his resume, but you can go get somebody that maybe has some snaps.
What?
Go ahead.
The new favorite college football podcast of the country?
Mm-hmm.
T-Bob Mayor Murray, which y'all should all listen to, rate and review. Oh, no, you're talking about like snaps, like on the football.
No, I was talking about your snaps and those snaps. So, yeah, Week's going to be an important player as well. They're going to need him to step up, and he played some last year. He's going to have to be counted on more. I know that Witt is somebody that they think has the ability to play as a true freshman as well. But you would like to get somebody who, even if it's you have him for a year, at least has starting experience, even if he's a backup, just to fall back on.
So this kind of feels like maybe a spot where it might be tough to entice a guy who's going to be in his last year because playing time here may now be a little muddy.
As far as like what his talent level and skill level is, you might get a mid-tier but a backup like secondary depth piece for you.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe you get like a mid-level guy that's going to upgrade, maybe a couple years left so he can work. But like, you need a depth piece there still. But you got your starter figured out first and foremost, which is important. You know me, many people around here, Jake, they call me T-Cobb. So I'm such a big Nebraska football fan. Go Huskers. Huh? Yep, T-Cobb. Steve Miller in the chat just, I did not know this. Rick Gilbert transferring to Nebraska. Matt Rule, let's go, dude.
I came across late afternoon yesterday.
Is dominating the portal right now, dude.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I was like, I'd kind of forgotten about him. And not like it immediately, like, He was great. He was great when he was playing at LSU. Awesome. But then the whole situation commits to Florida, ends up at Georgia. He had one game this year, I think, where he played for Georgia, and you kind of forget because of the other tight ends in that room. And when it popped up yesterday, I'm like, completely had forgotten that he was still out there playing football.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he is, man. That is someone who is supremely talented, even though, I mean, I think there's evidence out there to show that maybe he'll never quite put it all together. I wish nothing but the best for Rick Gilbert. I've always said that. I want him to be able to take advantage of the natural football tools that he has been blessed with and hopefully make a career of it. A lot of people ask about Mike Jones, Jake.
Yeah, he said after the ball game that he was going to try to become a pro.
Yeah.
So, and obviously this year didn't go for Mike like he wanted it to. I mean, he was a starter in the middle of that defense all spring, all training camp, early portion of the season, and then just disappeared, became a teams player.
Yeah.
All right, so they were expecting big things from him, and then he, Baskerville, remember, wasn't really even a starter, and then Baskerville becomes one of your most consistent players.
Yeah,
on defense.
I mean, it's Micah
every year. That's a great. Every single year, it's like no one talk about him. No one talk about him. Oh man, Baskerville, he's got 80 tackles this year.